Hello and welcome back to my Inter Milan save on the FM22 beta. Now, I was meant to get an episode out yesterday, but I ran out of time, and it means there's going to be two uploads this weekend. So there's going to be one today on Saturday and one tomorrow as well. And we're going to try and get through to the new year. I think we'll try and get through to halfway through the back end of the season, hopefully. But in today's episode, we are going to be playing a Champions League game against Monaco and a league game against Roma. But before we get into all that, we've got to go through the results since the last episode, where we beat both Lazio and Red Bull Salzburg by 2-0. And apologies if you hear my cat, as I am currently looking after him and there is nowhere else for him to go. So he may just pop in. He may try and tear the green screen down. He may try and tear my face away. But it's just one of those things. So the first game was against Sassuolo, and we did rest a few players for this game. So Skriniar was rested for this game, as was Correa and also Lautaro Martinez. But it didn't matter. We eventually got the win in the very last kick of the game, thanks to Rodrigo, who got us the winner. Çalhanoğlu got the other goal. So it was the wingers that were getting the goals for us in this game. But you can see by the stats that we dominated pretty much. Not possession-wise, but in terms of XG and the number of shots that we had, we deserved the win. So we had to choose a largely rotated squad for this game against Udinese because there was plenty of players fatigued from international duty, which was just before. So there was a 2-week break between the Sassuolo and Udinese games. We had to rest Skriniar, Bastoni, Barella, Brozovic, Çalhanoğlu and Lautaro Martinez. We gave a full debut to 18-year-old centre-back Andy Hotti, who did a pretty okay performance for debut on a 6.9. The fourth goal I want to show you, it was a great finish from Federico Di Marco. So here we go, Gagliardini gave it to Di Marco. Di Marco one touch, turn and smashed it past the keeper. Beautiful finish. Udinese did start getting past our high defensive line just before half time, so I did remove the counter team instructions and lower our defensive line as well, but we were already 4-0 up by that point. No goals in the second half, but a very dominating first half. Next, we had Sevilla in the Champions League. Skriniar, Brozovic and Çalhanoğlu all returned to this squad. Bastoni, Barella and Lautaro Martinez still needed more rest ahead of the game which was coming up in the league, which was the game against Zebra, or Juve as they're obviously more commonly known. And in this game, we managed to win 2-0. Comfortable win, 15 shots, 3 on target, brilliant XG, and going good in the Champions League so far. Next up was probably our most difficult game of the season so far against Juve. We played a full strength side for this. We got absolutely bombarded after we took the lead early on thanks to Lautaro Martinez, and we're probably very lucky to win in the end. This win took us top of the table by 1 point, but unfortunately Nicolo Barella picked up a calf strain in this match and would be out for 4 to 5 weeks. He's actually only just coming back into full training now, so we've been without him for the majority of the game since the last episode. Then we played Salernitana away from home. This was a heavily rotated side. Only Dragowski and Bastoni started from our usual 11. There was starts for youngsters Andy Hotti and Franco Carboni, with 18-year-old Carboni making his debut at left wing for the side. But in the end, we had enough about us to get the 3-1 win. 2 goals from Sensi from centre midfield and a goal from Belotti as well. Next up, there was another difficult test. Napoli at home. And we played a full-strength side except for the injured Barella. Exposito played instead of Barella. There was a dominant first half where we did actually manage to take the lead thanks to Lautaro Martinez, but we did concede an equaliser early into the second half, and then the game sort of petered out. A 1-1 draw, I'm not going to complain about too much. Yes, it's at home. Would have liked to get the win, but a 1-1 draw against title rivals, or who I think could be title rivals, is fine. Then we faced Sevilla in the Champions League once again. This one was our away tie, of course. We rested Bastoni, Dumfries and Brozovic for this one. And unfortunately, we picked up our first red card of the season. That award went to Gagliardini, our centre midfielder, who was in the team for... Well, he was playing where Barella would normally play, but obviously Barella was and is still injured at this point. We changed the formation so that Çalhanoğlu dropped into centre midfield, Correa became the centre attacking midfield, and we somehow managed to hang on for a draw. You can see in the match stats that Sevilla were all over us, despite us having more possession. They had a better XG, but they couldn't find the back of the net. Then after 2 draws in a row, we managed to smash Venezia 5-2. We rested Skriniar, De Vrij, Dumfries, DeMarco, Çalhanoğlu and Martinez for this game, with Barella still injured and Rodrigo out with a slight knock. We changed our formation to a 5-2-1-2 formation, as you can see there. And it was a great finish from Correa for the second goal, which I'll show in a little bit. We gave 18-year-old Olivier Jurgens the opportunity to get a goal on his debut, coming on from the bench, and he didn't disappoint. It was a bit disappointing, however, to concede 2 goals. The first one was an annoying ball over our defence, our high defensive line, and then the second one, there wasn't really much we could do about. That was a long-range effort. But I will show you the Correa goal now. So Correa starts the highlight. He played it back to Terzic. Exposito then found Correa again on the edge of the box, and it's a beautifully placed finish from the edge of the D to get, I think that was our second goal of the game. And then we had another international break and came back for this game away from home against Bologna. Bologna, who in their last game before the international break actually beat Juve by 1-0. So it was going to be a difficult challenge, and that proved to be the case. A 1-1 draw here. A bit of unfortunate news. This is when Hakan Çalhanoğlu tore his hamstring. Well, not this game exactly, it was before this game on international duty for Turkey against Gibraltar. He's out for 2 months from that point. Very disappointing. He's been one of our star players this season. Hopefully he can get back as soon as possible. Bastoni and Lautaro Martinez were also rested for this match. Ranocchia, Carboni and Correa started. Dragowski actually saved a penalty in this game, so things could have gone worse. The penalty was on the 57th minute, as you can see in the notable events on the left-hand side, before they actually did take the lead. And then thankfully, Edin Dzeko came on. I changed the formation to 5-2-1-2. Dzeko came on and he saved the point. So that'll bring us nicely on to today's first match, which is the Champions League game against Monaco. Now, Joaquin Correa is not going to be able to play in this game either. So that's another player that's out injured. He's bruised his knee in training the day before this game, so we can't play him. We changed the side around a little bit to suit the fact that he's not going to be playing. But before we get to that, something's happened with LAUTARO Martinez. So basically, because of all the interest in him, as you can see on the left, Chelsea, Liverpool, City and Paris Saint-Germain all interested in him. I've tried to offer him a new contract because his contract is up at the end of next season, but he's not interested in talking. He's got a release clause of £95 million. Do I sell him? Is the first question. Let me know in the comments down below. And the second question is, do I sell him in January or do I wait until the summer? Obviously, if he's not going to sign a new contract, I want to get as much money as possible for him. Ideally, I want to get his release clause, but if that's not possible, I want to get as close to his value, and I don't want that to drop when it's only a year away from him ending his contract, if you see what I mean. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on LAUTARO Martinez. So this is the status of the Champions League group before we head into this game against Monaco. Of course, Monaco beat us in the opening group game 2-1. So hopefully we don't get a repeat of that today. But we just need a win today to seal our place in the first knockout round. Sevilla can technically catch up to us on points if they win the next 2 games, but we've got better results against them than they have against us. Obviously, we won 1 and drew 1, and I think we played Salzburg in the last game too. So this would take us up to 10 points, which would be nice, and could also mean that we could rest players for the Salzburg game, which could be useful. Incidentally, the Serie A table currently looks like this. We're second in the table, level on points with 2 other teams, Napoli and our rivals Milan. It's very close in the top 6. There's 3 points separating first to 6th. Zebra, I need to start calling them by the proper name. Juve are just 3 points behind that as well. So it is all to play for in the league. You'll notice we're still unbeaten in the league. 13 games unbeaten. Not bad. Quite a few too many draws for my liking against teams that we shouldn't have been drawn against. I'm talking about Verona, Cagliari, Spezia, probably Bologna as well. So we need to fix that, but we'll head into the team selection for the game against Monaco. And this is that team selection. So we've got our usual goalkeeper Dragowski in goal. We've got our best back 3 in Bastoni, De Vrij and Skriniar. We've got Darmian at right back today because Denzel Dumfries is needing a rest. We've got Alexa Terzic in at left wing back. He's not played much this season, but he's in because of Correa's injury, which has had a bit of a knock-on effect. DeMarco obviously usually plays at left wing back, but he's our only fit left winger, so he is in at left wing. Terzic is in at left wing back. In centre midfield, we've got Brozovic, of course. Exposito is playing where Barella would normally play. You can see Barella is on the bench, but he's only recommended to have 75 minutes today, so I don't want to have to use him unless really necessary. At right wing, we've got Rodrigo. As I said before, we've got DeMarco at left wing, and then Lautaro Martinez up front. Because of injuries and the fact that you can only register 25 players for this competition, and it doesn't take into account under 20s for some reason, we've only got 8 subs today, and given one of them is Nicolo Barella, we've technically only got 7, and given another one of them is the second goalkeeper, it's 6. So let's hope there's not many injuries, because we don't have much cover in terms of position on the bench either. We've got full-back, centre-back, a centre-mid, we've got a couple of strikers. I guess Sensi can play at winger, but let's just hope there's no more injuries today. In terms of actual tactics and team instructions, it's the same as usual. Trying that counter-attacking high line of engagement and hoping for the best. So first highlight of the game, and it's Monaco with the ball down its right-hand side. Long ball, that was really ridiculous. Hopefully this is the start of an attack for us now with Dragowski with the ball in his hands. Plays it out to Skriniar as we have got it to play out defence, but that could come back to bite us, and it's Ben Yedder who is their danger man with a shot that goes just over the top of the goal. A warning shot from Monaco there. So we've got to half time, and we've had plenty of shots, but I don't think they're shots that are much good, to be honest. What I mean by that is the location of them. Our XG is not very high. It's 0.61. You can see there's quite a few pot shots happening from long range, or at least 3 of them. I don't know what happened here. The shot was blocked off target somehow from the edge of the 6-yard box from LAUTARO Martinez. Don't know how he's managed that. The game didn't show me that highlight, but yeah, we need to try and get in better positions, I think. It could be that I need to change the tactics to work ball into the box. We'll go to the dressing room first, do the team talk, and then I think I'm going to put work ball into the box. Notice Lautaro Martinez is looking aggressive as well. We're going to tell him to calm down, because the last thing we need is him to get sent off. Seems to have demotivated him. That's a brilliant reaction. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Of course, we do have Belotti on the bench. We have Dzeko on the bench. Both of those have been in fine goal scoring form whenever called upon. A very highlight-free second half so far. And we are going to make a couple of changes. So we're going to bring on Stefano Sensi for Exposito. So we're going to have a bit more of an attacking centre midfielder there. We've of course got the box-to-box in Brozovic, but we're now going to have an advanced playmaker in Sensi on there. And then I'm going to take off Lautaro Martinez. It's a bit of a wild shout, but Belotti has been in good form, as I said. So hopefully he can show that again today. We're going to switch to attacking for the last 15 minutes as well. I really think we can get something from this game. We have probably just about been the better side, but we can't. It's a 0-0 draw at home in the Champions League against AS Monaco, and depending on what the result is in the other game in this group, that could bring us all closer together. And indeed it does. So Sevilla beat Salzburg by 2-1, so there's now... we're on 8, 7, 6 and 5 points. Salzburg, we beat them in the first game, so provided we beat them in the next one, we should have no problem in finishing above them, and then if we do that, we're qualified anyway, so we should still qualify. It just means I'm going to have to put a strong team out against Salzburg. And that was another injury, and it's to a winger again. It's Rodrigo. He's got a lower back stress fracture. Injured it lifting weights. He's going to be out between 5 and 7 weeks. So that's 2 wingers now that we've got out. Oh, this isn't great. There's going to be a formation change, I think, especially for the Champions League. I think in the league we're fine because we've got Carboni that can play there, but he's not registered for the Champions League, so this is annoying. So it's time to face Roma away from home in the league. We've dropped down to 4th because lots of other teams around us have played already. A win today could see us go back up to the top of the table by 1 point from Fiorentina, depending on how Napoli do against Salernitana, but it's going to be a tough game. Roma, of course, just 1 point behind us. This league is going to be tight for, well, hopefully for quite a while. Well, for entertainment purposes, of course, I'd like to run away with the league, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so a few changes to make ahead of this game against Rome. We're going to keep their back four the same. No, it's a back three there. Darmian is going to make way for Denzel Dumfries, who's now ready to play after his little rest. Alexa Terzic will make way for DeMarco, who will drop back to left wing back. Brozovic and Exposito will stay in centre midfield. We have to replace Rodrigo. We're going to replace Rodrigo with Joaquin Correa, and then we are going to replace Terzic with Edin Dzeko, and then we're going to change to our 5-2-1-2 formation. But we're going to swap those around because Lautaro Martinez is not playing attacking centre midfield, and he's not playing as a target forward either. So I think that's fine. We need to take Rodrigo off the bench, of course. So we will bring on, who do we bring on? Diamante's just come back from injury. Yeah, we'll put Jurgens on. He's probably not going to get everyone out because he's a bit tired. So this is the side that we're going to go with for this very important game against Roma. I did think about bringing Carboni in as a winger and keeping the same formation. Just think it's a bit of a big game for him to come in for. His attributes are getting there nicely. He's got a lot of attributes that are going up. Could still do with quite a bit of work in the technical area, but of course getting the game time and only being 18 years old, there's plenty of opportunity for that to improve. But like I said, I just don't think he's going to be quite ready to face a team the calibre of Roma. Now, of course, a few key players for Roma. They've got Rafinha, El Shaarawy, Abraham, Brian Cristante. Got Chris Smalling at the back as well. He's actually done pretty well for Roma, to be fair. Jose Mourinho's still manager. Of course, it's still the first season, so you would expect that. But I hope this isn't the start of a downturn in our form. So Roma have won all 5 of their last games. Pretty good form for them. We have not won the last 5 of our games. We've drawn 4 of the last 5. So if this is our slump, if that was our slump for the season, I'll be completely fine. If we lose today and it starts going downhill, I'll start to get worried. You can see there, as I said earlier, we are 4th, they are 6th. Come on, Inter. Get the win, please. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think Dzeko and Lautaro Martinez have played as a front two before. It's normally been Dzeko and Belotti, and they've done quite well. So I'm hoping that Lautaro can find some sort of connection with Dzeko like Belotti's got. Otherwise, I might have to bring Belotti on from the bench. But Dumfries has controlled that ball nicely from the goalkeeper. And there is that man Dzeko to Correa, out wide to Dumfries. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. It's headed away, but it's going to come to the left wing back now. DeMarco, opportunity to get in. Dzeko's there with a header, and Dzeko scores. What a header, son. Edin Dzeko. Just get the ball to him in the air, and he's pretty much guaranteed to score. We're 1-0 up after 25 minutes. It didn't even go to VAR. I mean, it shouldn't have because he was clearly onside, but I've known in this game so far a few of these similar goals to go to VAR. The goalkeeper, no idea where he thought the ball was going. He was going to the left. The ball went a lot further to the right. Things are looking good as we're 25 minutes in and we've got the ball again. Possibly another chance. Correa advancing. Brilliant dribble from him. That's a penalty, surely. Cristante has stuck a leg out. The referee's going to VAR, and that has got to be a penalty. He tripped him up. It's a penalty. Okay, before we get there, I would like to check who my penalty taker is. Okay, Martinez is down as being our penalty taker. I'm fine with that. So hopefully he's not going to show me up here by missing. But Lautaro Martinez steps up to put us 2-0 up after less than half an hour played. And he's missed. Why do I talk? Why do I say anything? Why did I say anything? Lautaro Martinez missed the penalty. The man who's wanted by everyone in the world. Ball into the box. Abraham's there. It's a good block. Rafinha's just missed. How did that miss? Just over the bar. Roma nearly level there. As you can see in the league table on the bottom right, we would go top by a point with this result. Napoli, of course, playing later today at home to Salernitana. We get to half-time, and we are by far and away the better team so far. Martinez, a bit disappointed in you for missing that penalty. It might be bringing Belotti on in the second half, but I might have been doing that anyway to rest him. Brozovic on a yellow card. I don't like players having yellow cards, so Sensi is going to come on for Brozovic. which means we now have an advanced playmaker on the field. We have 2 advanced playmakers on the field because Correa is an advanced playmaker too. I'm wondering, is that a good idea? I'm going to go with no. So Gagliardini is going to come on instead of Sensi. Gagliardini is a ball-winning midfielder. He'll stick him on support rather than defend. He prefers to play and defend, but I don't want to have too many defensive roles or duties, whichever one it is, on there. Bastoni's not having a great game, but we'll let him continue into the second half for a little bit. I don't like changing my back line that much during games. So just got to keep an eye on Martinez. He probably will get subbed off around about 65th minute, I think, for Belotti. Corner kick. DeMarco takes it. Into Dzeko again. I thought he'd scored. I so thought that was in. Edin Dzeko. When the ball hits his head. Not when you're sat in Rosette. That's not Dzeko. That's Bobby Zamora. Right. It's time for change. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change, as I believe Owen Hart once said. We are going to take off Joaquin Correa. Stefano Sensi can now come on. He's going to be playing an attacking centre midfield, an advanced playmaker. And then we are going to take off Martinez for Andrea Belotti. And hopefully Belotti can link up with Dzeko, as he does usually so well. Now, ball at the back, Dragowski out wide to the left wing back, DeMarco. He plays a long ball forward, searching for Belotti, but the keeper's going to get there. Rui Patricio easily picking that one up, and it looks like he's going to launch this the way that the defensive line is, and he does up towards Abraham, headed away by Gagliardini. DeMarco flicked in at Sensi. Sensi loses the ball though. Rafinha's got it now for Roma, and this could be dangerous. On the lookout for an equaliser, the home side. Veretout with the ball. Can we win it back? He's in tons of space. Through to Shomurodov. He's gone around the keeper. That is a beautiful goal. What a goal. It's going to VAR though. Was he offside? Don't think he was. No, the goal's been given. We'll get a replay, and then we'll get a replay of the offside, I think. So it was Villar who found himself in tons of space. Through ball to Shomurodov. One touch to take it around the keeper, and then a touch to finish. It was a beautiful finish. So we're going to demand more. I would probably take a draw from this game, I think. I mean, I shouldn't actually. Ignore what I just said. I've just looked at the shots and the XG. We should be easily winning this one. If Martinez hadn't missed his penalty, we would have won this. But instead, after nearly 30 shots on goal, we have drawn again. 5 draws in our last 6 games. This is getting disturbing. And that result sends us up the table a little bit. We're up to second, 1 point behind Fiorentina. However, Napoli and Milan below us both have games in hand. They're both playing later today, I believe, and can go 2 points ahead of us if they both win those games in hand. So just before we end the episode, I just wanted to see what scores were in the Milan and Napoli game. Milan actually lost 2-1 to Lazio, so they are still below us by 1 point. But Napoli smashed Salernitana 5-0 to go top of the table once again. 2 points clear of us, but as it was at the start of the episode, it is still very tight. 3 points separating first and sixth. So looking ahead to the next episode, and I'm not going to do the last Champions League group game because we should beat Salzburg and we should be through to the first knockout round. Of course, I'll let you know next episode if that doesn't happen, and I will be very upset and will have failed one of the objectives that the board have set. But next episode, we are going to be back for the Super Cup final against Juve, and we're going to try and get some revenge on Cagliari, who, of course, held us to a 0-0 draw on, I believe it was the opening day of the season. No, it wasn't. It was the third game of the season. It was Verona that was the opening day of the season. Cagliari, we're coming for you. You're one of our affiliate clubs, but we are coming for you. You can see also, apparently the third round draw for the Italian Cup has been made. I did not know that. We are playing against either Bologna or Lecce. So I believe Lecce are in the second tier of Italian football, so that might be a bit of an easier one, although they are top of the second tier. So that means off camera, I'll be playing the games against Sampdoria, Milan, Atalanta, Torino, Fiorentina, Verona and Empoli in the league, and that one Champions League game against Red Bull Salzburg. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out. Let me know in the comment section the answer to those questions from earlier in the video about Lautaro Martinez, and I'll see you next time.